kappa I am writing in short, conductivity, variation in conductivity and molar conductivity with concentration. Right, now both kappa and lambda m changes with concentration of electrolyte. So as concentration of an electrolyte changes, kappa and lambda m also changes with change in concentration. Right, now both kappa decreases in concentration. Kappa decreases with decrease in concentration. Why? When you decrease the concentration, what will happen? Decrease in concentration, because with decrease in concentration, volume increases. So number of ions per unit volume in the solution decreases. Right? So this is the reason that why conductivity decreases with decreasing concentration. कौन बोला है? Hello? Who is disturbing? Now we know that G is equal to kappa into A by L. This we have studied yesterday. G is equal to kappa into A by L. Right? And G is also equal to, you can write kappa, or one more point you can write, and if A is equal to volume and length is equal to 1, therefore G will be equal to, this is kappa. So kappa into A by L. A is volume, area means the volume of the solution, that will be the area, and by length is 1. So it is equal to K into V. Now if you see this equation, therefore I can write G is equal to kappa into V. Or you can write kappa is equal to, this kappa is equal to G by V. This will go down. Now you can see here. What will happen? Conductance will increase with increasing volume. But what about the conductivity? If this volume increases, because when concentration decreases means you are carrying out dilute solution. Here you are diluting the solution. So due to dilution of solution, concentration decreases. Concentration decreases by dilution. And for dilution you are adding a solvent. So volume increases. If volume increases, conductivity decreases. So this point also you have to remember. Right? Okay. Now, the next point is limiting molar conductivity. Now what is limiting molar conductivity? First that we will discuss. It's a new topic, but continue from here. Lambda 0 m. The name is limiting molar conductivity. Why limiting molar conductivity? I will tell you. Another name is also there. The another name of lambda 0 m is molar conductivity at zero concentration. zero concentration. Now what is the meaning of zero concentration? Zero concentration means when your whole ionic solution is being completely diluted, right? Or third also there is another name, molar conductivity. At infinite dilution. See, infinite dilution. When you go on diluting, the concentrated solution becomes dilute solution, and a time will come when the concentration becomes zero. And after the concentration becoming zero, further there is no limit to dilute the solution. That's why it is also called limiting molar conductivity. Right? So now we are going to study about limiting molar conductivity lambda m0 in detail for strong and weak electrolyte. For strong and weak electrolyte, lambda m0 changes with change in concentration. But it is only possible to determine lambda m0 for strong electrolyte. One more point, if you want to write it, then you can take a screenshot. Note lambda 0 m4, both strong electrolyte and weak electrolyte changes with change in concentration. Lambda 0 m for strong electrolyte. For strong electrolyte, we are going to study for both. The graph is only one. I will draw the graph. The value of lambda 0 m for different electrolytes is different. The value of lambda 0 m for different electrolyte is different. Now if we plot a graph, I am plotting a graph over here. Of lambda m versus square root of concentration. Concentration on this side increases, here it is 0, on this side decreases, means you are diluting, and finally it becomes 0, right? For strong electrolyte, when we plotted a graph of lambda m versus square root of c for strong electrolyte and weak electrolyte, I will draw for both. For strong electrolyte, we get a straight line graph. This was a graph for KCl solution, right? It was experimentally determined. And for weak electrolyte, the graph was obtained like this. This is a graph of weak electrolyte, acetic acid. Right? This is strong electrolyte. In 11th we have studied this is weak electrolyte. Weak acid is weak electrolyte, and salt of strong acid and strong base is strong electrolyte. So these are the graph obtained. Right? Now important point is, some may ask that how this is being determined. It is being determined experimentally by one scientist, Kohlrausch. Now, when this graph is extrapolated to 0 concentration, so I am extrapolating, here the concentration becomes 0, we get lambda m0 for a strong electrolyte KCl. But is it possible to extrapolate this graph? No. You can see both are going parallel. So there is no possibility of extrapolating a graph of weak acid, acetic acid. So it is not possible to determine the lambda m0 values for weak electrolyte. Experimentally it is not possible. For strong electrolyte it is possible. Clear? So this is important. And why it was called lambda 0 I am limiting? Because now there is no further concentration. You can see here. So there are three names of this. I told you earlier. Clear? Now the graph of lambda m versus square root of c for strong and weak electrolyte, we get a straight line graph for strong electrolyte, and for weak electrolyte we get a curve shaped graph which cannot be extrapolated, right? And here what is this? Lambda m0. Lambda m0 is called intercept, and you can find out the slope. Slope is equal to minus a, because when it was plotted we got this equation. Lambda m is equal to, actually based on this equation we have plotted that graph. Lambda 0 m minus a into square root of c. This was our equation. You can compare this equation with the equation of a straight line graph, where lambda 0 m is intercept and a will be the slope. Now the value of a depends on type of electrolyte, and temperature. It depends on type of electrolyte and temperature. Now you can say electrolyte, yeah, nature of electrolyte. Electrolyte, what type of electrolyte? Electrolytes, for example, you can take NaCl, you can take calcium chloride, and you can say barium sulfate. Now this is 1:1, this is 2:1, and this will be 2:2 in terms of ions. You can see 1:1. This is plus 2, this is minus 1, 2:1. This is plus 2, this is minus 2, 2:2. So for a particular type of electrolyte, the value of A will be same. Means if I take the value of A for NaCl and value of A for KCl, it will be same, right? So for a particular type of electrolyte, the value of A is same for a particular type of electrolyte. If you check different electrolyte, it will be different. So this is the important point. Now, one scientist, Kohlrausch, he examined lambda 0 m for different electrolytes. He has taken different strong electrolyte. So he examined lambda 0 m for different electrolytes. And concluded that. Now what are the conclusions? From these two conclusions also MCQ or short question is being asked. First, lambda 0 m for KCl minus lambda 0 m for NaCl. He has found out lambda 0 m for KCl practically. Same way NaCl is also a strong electrolyte. So he measured and he has taken the difference. It was found equal to lambda 0 m KBr minus lambda 0 m NaBr, which was also equal to lambda 0 m Ki minus lambda 0 m NaI. So you can see here, I have taken first KCl with NaCl. So in this case, negative ions are same, right? the difference was found to be 23.4 Siemens per meter. It was found to be 23.4 Siemens centimeter per mole. Siemens centimeter square per mole. Right? Same way. This time, here the negative ions were same. Now we have taken positive ions same. Lambda 0 m NaBr minus lambda 0 m NaCl. This time you can see positive ion is same. Here negative ions are same. It was also equal to lambda 0 m KBr minus lambda 0 m KCl, and this was found to be 1.8 Siemens centimeter square per mole. So this was the observation made by Kohlrausch by examining lambda 0 m for different strong electrolyte, and then he has taken the difference. So from these two also MCQs are being asked. They may give you any one of the difference and they may ask you the value. Clear? But you can see here, from the graph it is not possible to find out lambda 0 m for weak electrolyte. So now we will discuss about the weak electrolyte. Okay. Kohlrausch has given Kohlrausch's law of independent migration of ions. So this statement can also be asked. Kohlrausch's law of independent migration of ions. Now what is Kohlrausch's law of independent migration of ions? I am writing the statement. The limiting molar conductivity I can write in short also, lambda 0 m. Limiting molar conductivity lambda 0 m of an electrolyte The limiting molar conductivity of an electrolyte is the sum of individual limiting molar conductivity of an electrolyte is the sum of individual conductivity of cation and anion present in the electrolyte. Cation and anion present in the electrolyte. So now what is meaning of this? Limiting molar conductivity lambda m0 of an electrolyte is the sum of individual conductivity. You can write, instead of individual you can write ionic conductivity. Why? Because it is cation and anion. So instead of individual you can write ionic conductivity of cation and anion present in the electrolyte. Now let us understand the meaning of this definition. If Na plus and Cl minus are cation and anion of an electrolyte, NaCl of an electrolyte NaCl, then according to Kohlroff's law, what should I have? Right? Lambda 0 of an electrolyte, lambda 0 m of an electrolyte, this time we have taken electrolyte NaCl. So it will be equal to, see, is equal to the sum of individual conductivity. Individual, I told you, it may be RNA, is equal to lambda 0 Na plus sum means addition of individual ions. This is cation and this will be anion. So this is your Kohlroff's law of independent migration of ions. Limiting molar conductivity of an electrolyte is equal to the sum of individual conductivity of cation and anion present in the electrolyte. So I think so you might have understood this definition from this, right? Same way, one more point is given. If an electrolyte dissociates into nu plus and nu minus, that is cation and anion respectively, then according to Kohlroff's law, now using this I can write like this, lambda 0 m, I don't know what is the electrolyte, but we know the cation and anion. So lambda 0 of an electrolyte is equal to nu plus lambda 0 plus mu minus lambda 0 minus. So this is called ionic conductivity of cation plus ionic conductivity of anion. So both are same. This is in general and this is for NaCl. Clear? Now using this concept we can find out the limiting molar conductivity of weak electrolyte. Using this concept we can find out the limiting molar conductivity of weak electrolyte. So now we will study weak electrolyte. Lambda 0 m for weak electrolyte. Now already I have taught you in the graph. I have shown you that the graph was not a straight line. So we cannot extrapolate the graph to zero concentration. So we cannot get lambda 0 m for weak electrolyte. So experimentally not possible, right? But if you go on diluting the solution, the concentration becomes zero, and zero concentration means infinite dilution. And when lambda 0 m, that is infinite dilution, occurs, then what will happen? Alpha, which is called degree of dissociation, will be equal to 1, because it is 100% dissociation taking place, right? Now alpha is equal to lambda m upon lambda 0 m. This you have to remember. Alpha degree of dissociation will be equal to molar conductivity, the ratio of molar conductivity to that of limiting molar conductivity, right? Now we know that because you have studied in 11th standard. What do you know? Ka, acid dissociation constant, या Kb, base dissociation constant, is equal to C alpha square, right? This is equal to C. Put the value of alpha. Alpha is lambda m upon lambda 0 m whole square divided by 1 minus alpha. This was our formula. So 1 minus lambda m upon lambda m 0. You can open this bracket. C lambda m whole square divided by lambda m 0 whole square. This one will go down. Here I am writing, I am taking cross multiplication, I am doing lambda 0 m minus lambda m divided by lambda 0 m. Now you can see here, this lambda 0 and this will be cancelled. So what is left? C lambda m whole square divided by lambda 0 m into bracket lambda 0 m minus lambda m. So you can use this formula in numericals also. They are asking in numericals. Now the last topic is application of Kohlroff's law, and using Kohlroff's law we will find out the weak electrolyte, lambda 0 m for weak electrolyte. So the topic is application of weak electrolyte. Sorry, application of Kohlroff's law to find out lambda 0 m for weak electrolyte. To find out or to calculate lambda 0 m for weak electrolyte. So using Kohlroff's law, this concept, we will find out lambda 0 m for weak electrolyte, means we will calculate lambda 0 m. Experimentally it is not possible, but you can do the calculation using Kohlroff's law, and that has been asked so many times in the board examination. So after this we will discuss about the application. Application of Kohlroff's law. Now I told you what is the application of Kohlroff's law. Using Kohlroff's law, of independent migration of ions. Using Kohlroff's law of independent migration of ions, one can calculate the lambda 0 m for weak electrolytes. Lambda 0 m for weak electrolytes by carrying out addition and subtraction of lambda 0 m for different strong electrolytes. You have to carry out addition and subtraction of lambda 0 m values of different strong electrolytes. Suppose different strong electrolytes will be given to you in the examination. Right now, which lambda 0 m of which different strong electrolytes are required, that I will write it. But in exam, for confusion, instead of giving 3 or 4, they may give you 5 to 10. Then they may give you 5 to 6. Just for the confusion, right? Right now I am calculating the application. Question is, calculate lambda 0 m for acetic acid. You all know acetic acid is a weak electrolyte. You will be given lambda 0 m for sodium acetate, lambda 0 m for NaCl, you will be given lambda 0 m for HCl. See, right now I am taking only those values which I require, but for the confusion they may give you, instead of 3, they may give you 6 values. You have to choose which value you are going to add and which values you are going to subtract. Right now I am not taking any value, but I am using this concept. Let us see how to calculate. I want lambda 0 m for acetic acid. So what I will do, I will use this 3 and add it and subtract it. So I will use first lambda 0 m CH3COONA, right? Because I want CH3COOH. H also I required CH3COH. So here there is CH3CO. So I have to cancel Na, right? Then plus I want H. So I will get H from here. Lambda 0 m HCl, right? Values will be given, you can put it, but right now we don't require. Now this time I will do plus or minus, that you have to decide. I want to cancel sodium because I don't require sodium. I want to cancel Cl, I don't require Cl. So this will be HCl, lambda 0 m HCl. Clear? Now I am opening this bracket. This will be lambda 0 m CH3COO minus, according to Kohlrausch's law, plus lambda 0 m Na plus. We know NaCl means Na plus, Cl minus. So sodium acetate will be Cl3CO minus Na plus lambda 0 m H plus lambda 0 m Cl minus. I will write it in bracket. Now this is minus sign, so minus lambda 0 m, sorry, this is not HCl, this is NaCl. No, sorry, HCl, this will be NaCl. 2 times, I have written 2 times, that's why I am confused, but no problem, this is NaCl, right? This will be Na plus. Now actually it is Na plus Cl minus, but before that there is a sign minus. So I write lambda 0 m Cl minus. Now you can see here, this I don't require, but you can see this is lambda 0 m Na plus, which is plus, and this is minus, so it will be cancelled. Same way, plus lambda 0 m Cl minus and minus lambda m 0 Cl minus will be cancelled. What is left? Lambda 0 m CH3COO minus is left, plus lambda 0 m H plus, and you know this 2 is nothing but lambda 0 m CH3COOH. So by this way, based on this concept, numericals are being asked, and so many numericals have been asked based on this concept. So this is called application of Kohlrausch's law of independent migration of ions. For that you can calculate lambda 0 m for any weak electrolyte, but for that you have to use strong electrolytes. Which one you have to add it and which one you have to subtract it, that you have to decide yourself. And how to decide, that I have shown you.